Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding.
Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today I'd like to review this awesome booklet from Vince Gironda, available at vincegironda.com, and that is the original booklet that has now been re-released by vincegironda.com. That is Vince Gironda's blueprint for the bodybuilder. Now, during the golden era of bodybuilding, many bodybuilding stars would flock to Vince's gym to be trained by the Iron Guru himself. So, during this time, Vince Gironda would supervise the training and dietary programs of many of the legends like Larry Scott, Don Howarth, Arnold Schwarzenegger, etc. Vince Gironda has said many times that bodybuilding is 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. And basically, this booklet is literally Vince's guide to the dietary principles he would recommend to the golden era bodybuilders. That's what I love about this book. Many people might read the cover and not realize that essentially it is just, all of Vince Gironda's dietary knowledge in this booklet. Now, we're talking about then milk and egg, liver tablets, everything, the works, glandulars, everything that he ever talked about, you're going to read about in this booklet. Yep, it's like literally opening the Pandora's box of Vince's dietary knowledge. The knowledge that many bodybuilders would seek and as they made the pilgrimage to Vince's gym back in the golden era. They seek this knowledge to get that extra edge. One great example is how when Arnold Schwarzenegger arrived to America, the first place he went to was Vince's gym. Why? Because he needed to find out Vince's special training secrets, the exercises, as well as the dietary knowledge to get a more defined physique, because he had just lost, the universe against Chet Jordan. He had also lost against Frank Zane. He just was not cut enough. And so when he arrived to the States, that was one of the main things he wanted to do, to really find out more about dietary knowledge for bodybuilding. Again, Vince was right. Bodybuilding is mostly all about nutrition. Now, not only has vincegironda.com come out with this classic booklet, but it is an exact replica of the original booklet that sat at Vince's gym. And I can tell you that because I've got the original copies as well, which I'm going to share with you in a moment and actually compare them. As an avid collector of bodybuilding knowledge from the golden era of bodybuilding, I've enjoyed collecting many booklets written by Vince Gironda over the years. It is one of the things I'm mainly known for, as many of you know, around the bodybuilding community. However, from my experience, one of the most difficult things I find as a collector is the ability to find original booklets. There are many scans out there that are of low quality with even pages missing and so on, but to find the original source of information I find is always challenging. And a lot of people ask me, where can I get these booklets from? The original ones that Vince Gironda wrote so many years ago. Well, the re-release of this booklet in its original form therefore gives today's current generation of bodybuilders that unique opportunity to once again learn from the Iron Guru, as many of the legends did back then. Well, how do I know that this is the original booklet as it was originally published by Vince Gironda? Well, thanks to Carl Coyne's Vince's Secret Locker series of books, he actually details all the different booklets that Vince Gironda used to sell in his gym. Carl Coyne is, personally, I think is one of the most knowledgeable people in the world on the subject of Vince Gironda, and is considered a world authority on the subject. Now, I'm actually going to show you Vince's Secret Locker for a moment, which is the book that he wrote. Here it is. You can see what I'm talking about now. Here's the book, Vince's Secret Locker. And I've actually tagged a page here. Now, volume 1 of the series of books of Vince's Secret Locker, it actually lists the table of contents of the original booklet as it was printed back in 1966, which is over 50 years ago, and it corresponds exactly to the re-released book. And, here is the page from Vince's Secret Locker, as you can clearly see. And you can see here the different editions that actually came out, right? This is the great thing about Vince's Secret Locker, I have to admit. It's a great reference book for me. And you can see all the different editions that came out for Blueprint for the Bodybuilder, and each edition improved on the other. right? And here was the last edition that came out in 1966, right? And you can clearly see that it is the exact same as the booklet that has come out, or that has been re-released, I should say, by vincegironda.com. And here is the table of contents. You can see that on page 3, you're going to get the preface. Then page 4 is protein. 6 is desiccated liver. Glandulars is page 8, etc., etc. Vitamins, weight gaining, weight reducing, maximum definition. Now, if we see the table of contents in the re-release book, you can see that it is exactly the same as the table of contents as was in the original 1966 edition many years ago. So that's a wonderful comparison there for you guys to see that I'm not, just talking trash. It's the truth. The book has been re-released by vincegironda.com, and to confirm this, of course, I own several of the original copies of the original printed booklets from the 1960s, and I can now show you personally and verify again that these re-released booklets are the same, exactly the same as those of 1966. Now here are the collection of booklets that I own of Vince Gironda's Blueprint for the Bodybuilder. And you know what? It's so difficult to tell them apart, isn't it? I mean, that's how good. This is actually the re-released book from vincegironda.com. I mean, how can you tell the difference? It's impossible. It's almost impossible. So this is one of the earlier editions. And this was the last one that came out. And when you compare it, once again, when you compare this to the re-released, it's identical. It is just a wonderful job that vincegironda.com have produced. So, just going through it with you right now, I mean, how can you tell them apart? You can't. They're the same. And of course, these being brand new, it's just brilliant. So let's go, just choose some random pages. Here's another one with Vince Gironda in the middle. Let's go to the vitamin section, and you can see, the old ones, got a bit of wear and tear, so it's a bit loose, but there you go. I mean, here's the middle of both books, and they're exactly the same. So, a real round of applause to vincegironda.com for re-releasing this very rare information from 1966, the time, the mid to late 60s, the golden era of bodybuilding, when all the legends like Larry Scott and Don Howarth were training at Vince's gym, when Arnold was just arriving a couple of years later, 1968, they were all seeking this kind of information from vincegironda.com. Sorry, from Vince Gironda. Now, why should you buy this book? As I already mentioned, well, this book, which is 24 pages long, is essentially the ultimate guide to Vince's dietary knowledge. Reading the table of contents gives one immediately an understanding of what one can expect to learn from this booklet. We're talking protein, desiccated liver, glandulars, vitamins, weight gaining, weight reducing, maximum definition. So within this book lies all of Vince's nutritional knowledge. In a very digestible and easy to comprehend form, the book is full of gems of wisdom, and you will quickly learn why this booklet written by Vince Gironda was so highly regarded back then and even now. I mean, I see copies on eBay going for about $100 to $200 American dollars at least. So questions such as what types of proteins should one eat, why Vince was so adamant about eating red meat and raw eggs. Why did Vince recommend mixing fat with protein? That's very, very important. That's also covered here. Why did Vince recommend supplementing with desiccated liver tablets, especially at the doses that was recommended by them? We're talking bodybuilders having, 50 of these capsules a day, but why? All of this stuff is in here. Why did Vince prescribe amino acids? Why did Vince recommend supplementing with glandular extracts? All this stuff. How did Vince stimulate an anabolic environment within the body for maximum hypertrophy and maximum definition? Well, you're going to find that all here. That's what this fantastic booklet really tells you. What are the different diets that Vince recommended for losing weight, gaining muscle, all that stuff. What supplement programs did Vince recommend for fat loss? So yeah, you're going to find out all this information and much, much more. Vince even gives a variety of recipes for you to try, and you'll find those in this booklet. That's right. Vince, he had a bit of an Italian heritage, so he even came out with recipes, like bodybuilding recipes. They're all in this book. It's great. So, if you're looking at finding that extra edge, I highly recommend purchasing this book. If you haven't got yourself a copy yet, I would highly recommend just getting onto vincegironda.com and getting yourself a hard copy. Ebooks are available, of course, on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com. So the ebook is available on my website. The hard copy, which I know a lot of people want, a lot of people prefer the hard copy. I know I love hard copies. That's why I am a collector. And there's nothing like having the real copy in your hands. That's all available at vincegironda.com. All of Vince's booklets in hard copy. I keep getting asked again and again. No, you don't have to search on eBay. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars. You can pay, a very affordable price at vincegironda.com and get yourself these hard copies. And if you are purchasing a hard copy book from vincegironda.com, remember to use my code GEB20 for a 20% discount. This also applies to all apparel from vincegironda.com. And yeah, if Vince was indeed right, and bodybuilding is truly 80% nutrition, as Vince said many, many times before, then the knowledge found within these booklets, perhaps might just give you that little edge, that little boost you were looking for. Indeed, learning a little bit, I think, of Vince's nutritional knowledge will no doubt help transform your body to heights that you may never thought you could achieve. So that's my book review on The Blueprint for the Bodybuilder by Vince Gironda. If you've enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, and to the vincegironda.com YouTube channel for more videos like this. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now.
And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.